if you don't observe protocol, you don't proceed to say, oh, protocol observed, because you have not actually observed it. So I'll begin with our guest today, Doctor, the staff at NIMD, our moderator, my fellow participants, and who I believe are beneficiaries of this program, and the people on the camera. A very good evening to you all. I hope my 1 minute is almost done though. Yeah, so today we are talking about democracy, because it is a democracy space, now democracy is swallowing me up. Yeah, today we are talking about religion, tribalism, and the politics of Uganda specifically. And I'll, in 1 minute, talk about tribalism, and in the other 1 minute, talk about religion, and then give a brief bio on the politics. I may not be as good as Doctor though, because I'm a student, but I'll do my best to see that I can ably put something on table. So Patrice Lumumba, in one of his conversations, to begin with tribalism, says that tribe is not a problem. There is no problem in me saying I'm a Munyankole. There is no problem in you saying you're a Muganda. Either way, there is no problem in you saying, just like he said, you are a rule. So, but the problem comes in when you change it to tribalism. Tribalism becomes problematic because now you want superiority over your tribe. You're trying to show that this is the only thing that we should all adhere to, which is different. There is no wrong in you appreciating what you have. And he goes on to say that tribalism is, as a word, is something that we actually inherited from the colonialists. When you look at those countries, they have different tribes, I may say, but they don't call them tribes, they call them nations. And when they call them nations, for us in Africa, they call us tribes. That you are Banyankole, that you are Chikuyu, you are Igbo, so you are a tribe. Yet for them, the equivalent of a similar, which is a nation, which is actually tribe, they call it a nation. So in that run, it started off bringing in conflict within people, that I am the superior and you are not, which is not the case, which is not how it should have been. So in 1984, when Uganda was made a British protectorate, I'm not going to religion. Uganda as a very well richly blessed country with coffee, with cotton, we really had so much that they felt they can tap in. So when they come to Uganda, they brought religion. And when they bring religion, it was like sort of an administration tool that they're going to give you a Bible in this hand and then the gun in the other hand. They're telling you, use to do this, you're godly, this is how you should live, you should respect people. And because they infiltrated that into our minds, it became easier for them to administer us, one. It also became easier for them to somehow exploit us because anyways, you had to abide by their religion. And when you look at how they have tried to maintain it, is that even when you're in Uganda, you still say, I belong maybe to the Roman Catholic Church. You don't say you belong to the Uganda Catholic Church, right? In South Africa, you say they were the the Church Reformed Church, if I may recall well. And so they continue to bring their motives entirely, that even when you speak now, you say, I belong to the Roman Catholic Church. You don't have the pride to say maybe Uganda Catholic Church. So they really infiltrated our mind that sometimes we feel we don't have a way forward. So in 1956, Apple, Milton, Obote, and the others, being one of the four founders, he was one of the people that really led Uganda to independence. So he struggled so much because that was the time, if I may recall, from around 1945 when we had the world wars, things had changed the other side. And so even the exploitation had changed, that brought in a lot of ordinances, and people decided to now struggle and have their own independence. So what happens is that Upon Milton Obote now decides that I think for me to go on with this, I need to have a backup. And so he reaches out to Kabaka Edward II. Kabaka Edward II had the Kabaka Yeka party, and him, I don't recall the exact name, UNC, something like that. So he strikes a deal. He tells Obote, you know what? Obote tells the Kabaka, you know what? How about we join together and form a team and support each other? And so the only thing that made him pass through was because he told Obote told him that if we go through, you'll be the president, and I'll take the second position, best position, which was prime minister. So Obote successfully convinces the Kabaka, they join up, and they do what? They win the election. So that makes Kabaka Mutesa II as the first president, elected president of Uganda. He moves on, but with time, Apollo wanted to change what he had promised, because the Baganda were an independent state, which was not like any other states. They were an independent state within Uganda. And so for them, what they wanted was sovereignty as an independent state. But that sovereignty is something that Obote now did not want. So he wanted to bring in the, I think it was called the pre-communism economy, kind of, where everything is governed by the state and you don't have an individual right to own something. So when when the Kabaka got to know that, of course it started annoying people because they wanted to be an independent state. And so what Obote does, I think in around 1966, that is when the issues of gold scandal were coming in, and he was being alleged to have embezzled a lot of funds plus his other ministers. So what he does is that he now, they attack the Kabaka. When they attack the Kabaka goes to exile. When he goes to exile, before he went to exile, I have 1 minute? Oh my God, can I have like 2 minutes?
You even have 5 minutes.
Okay, so let me try to wrap it up. So when he goes to, Appointment on Obote says that, no, this is not how it should be done. So because they wanted to remove him, he forcefully overthrows the constitution that was there by then. And then remember that the Buganda had the Ruchiko. So when he overthrows that, he now becomes the superior leader. He did not want to hear anything from any other person. And what he did is that Amin was actually part of Obote's government as a chief of the army. So they attack the Kabaka, and the Kabaka goes to exile. When he goes to exile, I think he died in around 1969, allegedly because of poison, if I may recall. So when he gets, now his palace is used as, those guys used it as a military-based center for training. So Amin started training, blah, blah, blah. And then in 1971, the tension between Obote and Amin had started to arise because people are now seeing Amin as a threat, and Obote, at first because he trusted Amin as his guy, he did not see that. But later, there's an allegation that he had killed an actually soldier who belonged to Obote's side. So what happens is that Obote now was invited for a conference, a Commonwealth conference in Singapore. That was after he had demoted Amin. So when he's gone for a conference in Singapore, Amin uses that chance and takes over. Obote could now no longer come back. He goes to Tanzania, if I may recall well. He goes to Tanzania. And so Amin takes on power. But of course, Amin also had issues and challenges along the way. Issues of tribes, issues of those who are not in favor of him, and then also the whole idea that he started expelling people actually and dominating the whole system. So after that, in 1979, we have the coming in of, Amin was overthrown, so we have the coming in of Yusuf Lule. Yusuf Lule, who also, I think from February or May to there, a short time after that, I actually came here early because I wanted people to keep time, but they did not. So sorry about that. So I mean.
But you have run out of time.
I'm coming to 86. I'm at 79, so I'm coming to 86. Yeah. So in 79, after Lule, there comes in Godfrey Binaisa and then Paul Mwanga. And after that, that is when we have the president of Uganda, who was also part of the, I think, Lule government as a research assistant in Obotis. So he had also not liked the government that he was working with. He started to connive to make other avenues. That is why he contested in 1980, but he did not go through. And it is alleged that the elections were actually rigged, that he did not win. So after that, there is the Kabamba. You've all heard about the Kabamba, the 27 guns and 42 people. After that, we have the Luwe War. After that, now we have Museveni actually also made a deal with Tito, with Yusuf Lule, and Yusuf Lule had the Uganda Freedom Fighters, and so Museveni had the NRA. They joined together, where Lule was the chairperson, and Museveni was the vice chairperson. So they struggled through amid its conflicts of religion, amid its conflicts of tribalism, but largely in 1986, we have the president of Uganda coming. I believe after that time, most of us are we have a bit of information about it. Thank you.